There are people whose jobs require one, maybe two skills. There are people whose jobs require several skills. Then there are jobs that require and reveal a plethora, a panoply, a veritable myriad of talents. I'm an English teacher. And I'm sorry about that. Many singers just sing, many writers just write, many actors just act, and often in the same kind of movie over and over again. Then there's the sort of person who has had several TV shows of her own, has appeared on many others, who has a social conscience that translates into action, who along the way has been in, by my count, 31 movies, who has gathered Emmys, note plural Emmys, who has somehow stayed out of the tabloids and, darn it, not appeared much on pop culture websites. The plan is that she will come out and speak for a little while and then entertain some questions. So it is with great pleasure that I get to introduce someone whose career is founded pretty much on talking dirty and insulting people, making fun of what others hold sacred, someone who apparently was given an extra helping of guts to go along with an extra helping of brains. So without further ado, actress, writer, activist, comedian, and by the way, former advisee of mine, Sarah Silverman.
Prepare when you know you're going to be speaking at your old high school. I can't even read what I wrote here. Oh my gosh. That's my best friend, Carrie Corbett, and my boyfriend, Steve Martin. Look at Carrie's hair. She said that was always a sign that you have white parents, is when your hair looks like that. Oh my gosh. I only have bullet points. Hi, everybody. Hi, Derryfield School children. Hey, hi. All right, sorry. I'm going to be honest. I still wake up every morning, and I'm so excited that I don't have to go to school. But since I had to, I was so glad that it was Derryfield. And let's see, this is all I have. I just wrote a couple things down that I would want to know. If I could talk to my high school self, that I would want me to know. Like, be as kind to yourself as you are to any schmuck on the street. Like, I think we forget to do that, and it's easy to just put ourselves down, especially when you're a girl. You know, if somebody goes like, oh, I like your blah, 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 and you're like, ew, I'm disgusting, it's gross, I hate it's boring. Self-deprecation, when you put yourself down, it's like a crutch or something, or it's some way to hope that people will like you, but it feels like it's modesty, but it's really self-obsession, and it leaves very little room for anything else. I mean, I don't think Mother Teresa walked around going like, look at my thighs, like, it's fine like this, and then it's just like all cottage cheese. No, she was busy. She had things to do. Let's see. Great job, Sarah. You're doing great. Did it. Oh, here's another thing. I remember when I was in high school, my sister Laura said, whenever you call something stupid, it just means that you don't understand it. And then I thought back, and 80% of the time she was really right. Like, whenever I go, this is stupid, it was just stuff that I wasn't comprehending, and it was frustrating. But the other 20% of the time, it was stupid. Here's some good advice, I think. When you're going through a tough time, sometimes the best thing to do is just exist through it. That's all. Thanks. You'll come out the other side shocked and amazed it, how strong you are for just sitting through stuff. Don't tell yourself horror stories. You know what I mean? Don't we all do that? What if I never fall in love again? What if I forget the answers and I fail the test? What if he thinks I'm lame? What if I don't get the job? What if? The future's gonna unfold whether you predict it or not. So stop telling yourself stories. And when you find that you're doing that, you can just go, you can notice it and then just be like, I'm telling myself horror stories, and then gently, kindly remind yourself. That's really good advice. I know that it's not going in your brain right now, I can tell. It's bouncing off. It's bouncing off a little bit. Eulogize the living. I feel like this is good advice. Because when people die, you instantly remember all the awesome things about them. So sometimes you just have to like really, really, really pretend somebody died. To see the good in them. But it might be worth it. Eulogize the living. That is a good one. I cannot even read this. The things that I thought would be my most shame-filled secrets turned out to inform my greatest successes. So don't be afraid. Keep your overhead low. This will be the best advice I give you. Keep your overhead low. You don't need stuff. You don't need a fancy purse. Get a backpack. You're being ridiculous. It's stuff. If you keep your overhead low, then you never have to sacrifice what you believe in for $1. And that's important. It's important to fail doing things you believe in rather than failing doing something someone else told you to do. Your gut is real. Trust it. If you don't listen to your gut, it will make you sick inside. And, what is that? Oh yeah, this is a great quote by Charlie Kaufman, and I'm gonna try to remember it. Failure. Don't fear failure. Failure is a badge of honor. It means you risked failure. That's great. Let that sink in. Have opinions about stuff. Wait, I feel like I have more on that somewhere. Sorry, this is so, I'm trying not to swear. Crappy. But there's good stuff in there. Try to stay human. Resist the urge to become one with your computer. Use technology. Technology is great. You have to be a part of the future, or you'll be left behind. But try to resist being empty vessels through which Facebook expresses itself. Take a little break from documenting your life and experience it a little bit, because you're never gonna look back on those videos and pictures, and no one's gonna like you more for the picture of you with me on your Facebook, or, you know, you can really Google images me and cut it and paste it, and put us on the beach boogie boarding together, and it's the same thing. Have an experience. Put your camera down a second. All right, and in closing, no. I did have something I was really excited about. Well, it's something like, have your own opinions on stuff. It doesn't matter what, it's really important to think about what you think about stuff. Not what your parents think, not what your friends think, not what your teachers think, but what you think about stuff. Like, have your own opinions. You can change them, But that's important to trust what you think about things and not just what the popular kids think or even your parents. Reject society's pitting of women against each other. There is this intangible thing put on us as women that seems to suggest that there's only one slot available for women in any given field. And it breaks my heart that even grown adults see this as a good thing. One time as a selling point, Comedy Central asked me to do a roast, and as a selling point, they said, "You'll be the only woman on the dais," and it just made me sad, you know. And we have a responsibility as women and lovers of women and brothers of women to reject this toxic drug in the air that makes us feel like the success of one girl or woman can only come at the failure of another, and it's not true. There's room for all of us, and you will see through practice that raising each other up emotionally, artistically, and in the workplace, in all facets of life, will do something that the man will fear very much. It will make us strong. And when I say the man, I don't mean a man, but just the, whatever faceless entity that one fights against. We should think of a new word for the man, but in the meantime, I'm just going to say the man. The man's strength is in dividing and conquering. There are micro and macro examples of that everywhere you look. There needs to be a new feminist movement, an internal one that's not about men seeing us as equal, as was our fight in the 70s, but a movement among us to see ourselves as equal. Society has set girls and women up to compete against each other, and it's up to us to reject that. Instead, we should raise each other up and know that doing so will only bring greatness to our lives. We'll become a force. We can show the world with this template that helping and loving each other is the recipe for a happy, healthy world, and that's why tomorrow I'm going to be, tomorrow night from 7 to 10 at the McAuliffe Shepherd Space Center to celebrate women. And it's not just for girls, it's for guys. And guys that are feminists get all the girls. Just a little FYI.